We are live.
Cheers. Thank you for tuning in to the Nobody Asked Show. Yes, another sports podcast that, quite frankly, nobody's asked for. Congrats, Chuck. We've made it to Friday.
Made
For
it.
those of you that are our comeback listeners, Evan's obviously not here today. He's traveling for work. So Charlie and I are going to guide you through the weekend preview. So we're going to run through a couple of the categories like normal, and then we're going to finish off with our gambling corner and survivor picks. I have Evans as well, so we'll keep him included. But Chuck, we made it to Friday.
We made it to Friday indeed. And for all our viewers out there, you are stuck with us, like Boone said. But we're gonna bring you guys some good content this week, every week, and some picks as usual. So these preview shows, I gotta say, are starting to become my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. The review shows as of late, since we've gone officially to two shows a week, the review shows typically involve us talking about the Gamecocks' poor performance. So by Thursday, I'm filled with so much more optimism that I like this show so much better.
It's an unfortunate trend
Yeah.
we've got going, but
Um,
hopefully to break it this week.
Yeah, we got to get back on the winning side of the nobody asked parlay. So
We
for
do.
those that are new, we went 1-0 in our first one for the NFL, fell to 1-1, and then we're 0-1 in our college. So we're due for a comeback. But Chuck, let's get into this college football slate.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
What a slate it
There's
is.
there's honestly so many good games. Obviously, starting tonight, even has got some intrigue with Army versus ECU. But Chuck, let's just dive right in. I'll read some of Evans as well. But what is your favorite game so far this week? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean we've obviously got, big powerhouse, massive games, a lot of playoff implications happening this weekend. We've also got some smaller games that I'm looking forward to, some drama between the lines as well for some big games, but um I think I want to start with Penn State and Oregon. I feel like that one is just going to be absolutely electric. I mean, depending on game script, but boom, what are you thinking about this game?
Yeah. So this is. I think you're right. I think you're right for picking this game. Um, this is the best game of the weekend, right? You've got two good teams coming in, Big Ten rivalry, or maybe not Big Ten rivalry, but Big Ten clash nonetheless. Um, can James Franklin do it? Oregon's looked really good, but who have they played? Their quarterback is played well on a new team, young Dante Moore. He's been good, but it, are they ready for this kind of environment in their first true road game? It's going to be interesting. Dan Lanning's not really been good in this spot until last year either, so it's going to be interesting. I love this is the best game.
Yeah, I feel like just taking a look at this one a little deeper, I feel like this is a game that Penn State could honestly run away with. I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of people on Oregon, but I just think, like you said, that environment is going to be quite a lot. I feel like Franklin's a good coach. Quite honestly,
yeah,
a lot of vets coming back, and then if they can, I think they've also that running game is going to be awesome all year. Their duo is one of, I feel like, if not the best in the league, and if they can slow the game down, if they can like dictate the tempo, not make it a shootout, I feel like this is one where Penn State could easily just, you know, win by 10 points. Honestly,
yeah. I gotta say I lean Penn State in this game. Not sure how you feel about this.
I do.
It, for
If it
for
wasn't
for all of the
obvious.
same for all the same reasons that you just said, I just 3.5 is a fishy line to me, but also young Oregon team first true road test. Drew Aller, the the veteran in him has to come out in this game if they want to be real title contenders.
Yeah.
I'll read one of Evans here because he's only got a couple. We'll go to the next big one. We'll go to the next big one. Bama versus Georgia. Bama at Georgia. This was easily. I had this on my list as well. So um, this was easily one of, if not the best college football games of the regular season last year.
Yeah.
Right around this time last year,
Brian Williams coming out party.
it was crazy. I mean, the catch at the end, just the comical combination of a ridiculous catch, the slow motion spin move, and then like two players on Georgia falling over each other. This was an awesome game. Where do you lean? What do you think?
I think this is another. Looking at both of these massive games, I feel like home field advantage is going to be helpful in both of them, but I feel like especially in this one,
Yeah,
just you know, Bama that first week when they played FSU, the secondary just looked absolutely toasted. You saw
yeah.
what Gunner did last week against Tennessee. I mean, you could say Georgia deserved to lose that game. I think they definitely did. But
They could have for sure lost that game.
yeah,
They
but
got they got out with a win.
right, but I feel like this is one where if the Georgia defense can show up and shut down Simpson, then I feel like Georgia's going to get their points.
Yeah,
And last week, a lot of people, hey, Bama's back. Ryan Williams was obviously incredible, but it's Wisconsin. I don't
yeah,
think Wisconsin is very good. I feel like that there might have been a week to week overreaction with Bama, and I feel like this is a case where they just come in and Georgia just shows why they're a better team this season.
yeah. I completely agree. I think I would still lean Georgia if this was in Tuscaloosa, but the fact that it's at Sanford,
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to lose to Bama in this spot. Kirby had a Saban problem. He doesn't have an Alabama problem. Or at least he hasn't really. I mean, last year was obviously again one of the greatest games. But if Georgia can just heat up Ty Simpson, I don't think he can dissect. I don't think he can dissect the defense the way that he's shown the last couple weeks. But Alabama does get their best cornerback back, Jam something.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that
Yeah, so
that'll help.
yeah, that'll definitely help. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back.
I also think this could be a game where I haven't really seen Gunner like scramble a lot.
Yeah,
Like at least
he's an athletic guy.
yeah, well, exactly. And when he first came onto the scene, I was like, oh, this guy's a dual threat. And then
Yeah,
watching last week versus Tennessee, feel like he just was constantly under pressure, was having to throw a lot. And I feel like this could be the game where they use his legs quite a bit more. So who knows? But yeah,
yeah,
it'll sure to be a good one.
I agree. I think who do you got for your second game? What's your second favorite game this week?
Well, that was my second game, but I can always do more. I feel like
There's one obvious one.
well, it's Ole Miss LSU.
LSU Ole
For
Miss.
me, I think the drama surrounding this one with the the linebacker and Kiffin's daughter
Landry Kiffin, yeah.
getting
Um,
announced this week. I mean, what a time to do it.
the Kiffins are just PR masterminds.
Yeah,
Like they're sitting in a back room, just like pulling fake strings, laughing. Like it's incredible that she has the same just love for stirring pots.
yeah. I think also it's I forget what's his name, the linebacker.
Meeks.
Yeah, what a troll! Like what a troll move as well to do it basically this week because he was in. I mean, I want to say he was in her ear being like, how funny would it be if you posted this when we play your dad's team? So
Dude, I honestly think it's the opposite. I think Lane Kiffin is in her ear trying to
you think
stir
so?
up. He's just trying to stir. He loves the controversy.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see what he said? He responded by saying bet the over.
I did see that. Is there also not any kind of like stipulation to saying something like that? Not that I care. I will be taking the over, but
I don't know, man. To me it feels weird. Like, are you calling your defense shitty?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, no. They're just gonna score so
I'm
many
a linebacker.
points.
If I'm the starting linebacker, I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. But who are you thinking wins this?
Dude, so all day, all week, really, I have been like LSU. I got an LSU money line bet in yesterday. When it was still plus like 110. I don't know. I don't trust LSU. Or I don't trust Ole Miss. Don't know if I trust LSU. Nussmeier's hurt. Simmons looks bad, but then they have that Chambliss guy who just was an absolute animal against Tulane. So I'm going back and forth. Right now, as we sit today, I am on LSU, but I reserve the right to cash that bet out and change sides before kickoff.
Yeah, I truly think this one is kind of like honestly a stay away from me. I think it
Yeah,
could just
I might honestly just cash out and stay away.
right, just go either way. I will definitely be tuning in, but I think this is also a game where suddenly if LSU, let's just say they get blown out or they, really just don't show up, I think you kind of look at the Clemson win, you look at the Florida win,
Yeah,
and I'm not doubting LSU. I think they're a great team, but I feel like suddenly it just doesn't look as good.
their resume looks a lot worse than like if you had sat here preseason and said LSU's undefeated, here are their scores,
Yeah,
you'd be like, oh, LSU's a good team. But since we've seen what Clemson's been, what Florida has been, like maybe it's still too early to tell, honestly.
yeah,
Besides, like Ohio State's really good at football.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be spoiled because of how many good games we have, but I do wish we had a little bit more stagger to them. Like the two best games being at 7:30.
It's
The
not a very
next,
deep slate. Yeah.
I think it's a deep slate. It's just they. I wish that there was a one of the marquee headliners in each slate,
Oh,
in
I
each
see.
game,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
rather than have the two
It's
best games in the
both at
same
night.
weekend.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna
Um,
look at the double screening that one.
and then the second, uh, in the 3:30 slate, they're the third and fourth best games, which I think the next game that we should talk about is Texas A&M hosting Auburn. Auburn
Mm,
off a loss. Texas A&M has looked really good, really explosive. Um, I I wanted to lean Auburn, I really did here, but I think Texas A&M at Kyle Field is just maybe too much, especially if it's true that John Mateer had no problems beating Auburn last week with a broken hand still.
yeah,
I'm not saying it, but people were saying it.
yeah. I saw it, and not to get off the game, but I saw Mateer made a business decision looking at the next
Yeah,
four games he has. so, so he's out. But I think I saw a clip of the Auburn quarterback walking down the tunnel as
Jackson Arnold.
well. Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
saying like you wish you were me, and I feel like that just screams A&M
yeah,
the next week. I
yeah. I, I I also think it's too early for A and like A&M falls when they're close to the end. I think it's too early for them to have the fuck up game. I
yeah.
honestly think it might be against South Carolina when we're at College Station. I kind of think it could
I
be
pray. I can
late
only pray.
November. Late November. Let's say they have one loss and they just need to beat lowly South Carolina this year, and we get them late November, right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean that
Um,
would be we've definitely done it. We've ruined some seasons before when we're not exactly at our best. So
oh yeah, just ask Tennessee and ask Clemson from what was that 2022.
yeah, no, that'll be a good one.
Um,
Well, Boone, I got a few more games, but
yeah,
some of them are kind of in my favorite bets, my favorite
okay.
underdogs. So not sure if you want to move to that or keep
Well,
talking about some of these big
let's
ones.
give Evan his last one here.
Yes.
Last favorite game he wants to talk about is the Duke Syracuse game. Duke Syracuse, which I love this game.
I do too.
Um, I'm obviously gonna ride with the Blue Devils, go Pops. But do you have this in one of your picks later? Do you want to save this? We'll get into it in a second. All right,
It
let's hold on
sure
to it.
is. We've got Notre Dame, Arkansas. If you want to touch on that as well.
I do want to touch on that Notre Dame Arkansas. I think Arkansas is a live dog in this game.
I
I
knew you'd be
love
right.
Arkansas. I love Arkansas. I think I take something on Arkansas every game. Thankfully, last week I just had the over to remind new listeners. Arkansas and NC State, as well as Tulane, those are just auto overs, whoever they're playing. Until that stops working, we're going to keep doing it. So we don't include those in our picks currently anymore, just because we're all taking it regardless. But yeah, I love this game. It's interesting. Notre Dame has to win. Is that too much pressure for a freshman quarterback? They're gonna have to rely on Jeremiah Love again a lot. And Arkansas just scores points, man. They're so fun.
They are fun for sure. I feel like also I'm pretty sure it's in Arkansas as well.
Yeah, it
So
is,
that'll help.
which is fun.
But I just feel like this Notre Dame team has some heart. I feel like they lost some nail biters. They could easily be sitting at 3-0 to me.
They've
And
lost their two games by what, like 4 points
like
total.
four, yeah. I mean, you had the A&M one, which was just unbelievable.
Tragic.
Yeah, like honestly, they should have won that. Miami loss, I think, was like by a field goal, and they were leading for some of that game. And
Yeah,
Miami's looking like
really good.
one of the best, if not best, team in the country right
Yeah,
now. So
yeah.
to me, like Notre Dame could be easily sitting at 3-0, and this could be a spot where they just lay the hammer down. I feel like there's a reason that they're still, in that top 25, even though they've got two losses, and this is also the start of a potential win out for
For
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
I
Yeah.
mean, you've got after this, you've got Boise State, NC State, USC, which they could definitely beat handily. Then you have Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. I mean, this is arguably one of their biggest games of the season now.
I would agree with you there. I do think like Southern Cal and even potentially Syracuse could be
Yeah,
bigger games for them down the stretch. Regardless, I hear you there. They're going to be favored in every game the rest of the season, most likely.
yeah. I just
Um,
mean in terms of they lose this,
the season's
I
over.
think the season's over. Yeah,
Yeah, this is a must-win.
yeah. We
Yeah,
might have some
Arkansas,
Dabo tears if they lose this from the Notre Dame coach.
realistically, Arkansas is not playing for anything. I mean, they've got to believe it. You should. The fans should. They should be having fun. The team is fun to watch. But this isn't a catastrophic loss for Arkansas the way that it is for Notre Dame.
Right.
All right, we can get into some of the categories and we'll circle back if we don't touch on anything. Charlie Walker, do you want to start with the categories, or do you want to start with Gamecock preview? How do you want to play this?
Let's go to Gamecock preview.
Okay.
At least I think that's how we've been doing it on the
Yeah.
past couple episodes. Man, I'm
So,
just
do you want me to read Evan's quick comments before we jump
yes. Let's hear them so we can react.
in? Just win. Gotta have a big win. Just gotta have a big win. I mean, nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah. It's a must win for obvious reasons, but I mean, what an opportunity to also just get back, over 500. I guess my like sentence for this game, just get over -9 rushing yards and we win this game.
Yeah. Yeah, this has got to be you. I don't even care if you make a statement. You don't have to win this game 31-7 like Vanderbilt beat us, but you have to win this game comfortably. Like none of this South Carolina State shit. This is the worst team in the SEC.
Yeah.
And you gotta handle business. I mean, the offensive play calling's got to stay creative, but we got to block. Sorry.
Yeah. No. That's a good point. I feel like I think I heard Kentucky's quarterbacks are also banged up. Like they might be on like their third string, so not a whole lot of excuses for the defense either.
Right.
Like they have just not done anything on offense.
Right.
Kentucky's had our number definitely over the past couple decades. I feel like just that random team that shows up against us. But this was also another game for Sellers where I feel like he could really make a big step. He hasn't really thrown for he hasn't really had like a monstrous game yet. I feel like
he hasn't taken over at all like he did last year.
Right.
I mean, Virginia Tech, he had a couple of those big time plays, but like we've got to see him moving around. We've got to see the threat of run and pass, and listen, I love Sellers, but we got to call it what it is. He's got to be able to hit the receivers when he's moving. Like there have been a couple different just bad misses in big situations.
Yeah.
The play calling looked a little bit better last week. And honestly, the more that I think about that game, to only lose by 9 the way that our offensive line was blocking.
Oh, we were in it.
Is something to like loser talk, but to take away.
Yeah, and I think he'll also hopefully not. He's not coming 6-7 days off of a concussion, so I think we'll be able to see him at 100%. He was definitely holding back last week, like we were saying on Tuesday. So I think this is one where Sellers is just like, all right, gloves are off. It's win now. I've got to show up, and we just batter them. So let's go.
We've got to protect better. We just have to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's why he does miss some of those throws because
he's afraid to get hit.
He's not feeling comfortable, especially coming off a concussion. So
I mean, and we talked about it last show. Like, can you blame him? I can't.
No. Yeah, I mean, not much more to be said about this one. It's just it's must win, like a just win, like Evan said.
just win, baby, win. All right, Chuck, let's kick it to you. What is your favorite bet of the weekend? We'll let Evan go last because he couldn't make the show.
Yeah, well, couple of bets I like. I do want to call out the NC State Virginia Tech game. Not my favorite bet. But it's an auto over, as we've been saying, by default. Yeah. So if you do see NC State and you do see an over, don't even look at the number. Just click it and bet it. But
And
my
to look at the number, it's only like
it's like 58.
yeah, it's so doable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah.
I initially liked Penn State. I said I was leaning towards Penn State. It's a massive game for them, a lot of implications. But in the back of my mind, I'm also just thinking, hey, that Oregon offense could just have a perfect game. They're well coached, and they could just come in there and light it up. So
Yeah.
that's not going to be my favorite bet for that reason. My favorite bet is actually going to be FSU minus 6.5 over Virginia.
So I'm glad you brought this up because when I was going through my research ahead of this game, I have my favorites. I've got my dogs because we try not to pick the same ones. And I'm looking at that line. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
6.5, and it's at Virginia, which maybe is tough. I don't. But Bama started to look good where that win, that domination that Florida State had is still impressive. That line makes no sense to me.
Yep. And on top of the fact, I mean, NC State is, I think, the best team they've played, and they put 35 on them. Like you were just saying, FSU demolished Alabama. I mean, they, apart from my Alabama like garbage time touchdown, they were all over them. I think after that, they have. It's not like they've lost a step. That wasn't just like a hey, let's get up for week one. I love where the spread's sitting at 6.5 as well.
Yeah.
Don't care about home field advantage for Virginia if it's even home field, if you even want to call it that. And for that reason, this is just felt like I feel like this line should be 10.
See, I agree 100%, and that's it's always that like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Yeah. I agree. I'll take this bet with you. I mean, Florida State should absolutely cover that spread, but
what you got?
Dude, I have my favorites written down. I don't want to get scorned by Duke at Syracuse, but I do love that bet. But my pops also is there. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. And then there's the two big games, and I think I want one of those too. Yeah. I think ultimately I am going to decide on taking Penn State -3. I'm going to buy the half point.
I like it.
Keep the push alive. But I think I'm going to go with Penn State -3 for my pick. I think the environment there in Happy Valley, it's a night whiteout game, which is awesome. And a young Oregon team still into the season, hasn't been on a true road tested. I don't even know if they've played on the road yet. But I just think this is a must win for Penn State, way more than it's a must win for Oregon.
Yeah. Like I said, that was probably my runner up. So
yeah,
I'd agree with that. And we touched on it earlier. Just the home field advantage. It -3 just feels safe this week. So watch it be Oregon 30-14 or something after we said all this.
So yeah, I 100% agree. Evan's got 2. So I'll go ahead and list the first one that he has. Ohio State -7.
Yeah,
I like that one a lot.
I do too.
I do think that Washington is a really good team. I think it's a long road trip for them. I just think it's the defense for me for Ohio State. So we'll see. We'll see anything you like on this game.
I have not watched hardly any Washington football this season. I mean, taking a look at who they've played, it looks like they've definitely won handily. So it's clearly, they've got some offense behind them, but it's Ohio State.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like this could easily be one where they cover. I'll probably hit that, honestly, now that I haven't pointed it out.
All right, Chuck, let's kick it back to you. What's your favorite dog?
Yeah, well, favorite dog, we've touched on this game a little bit. It kind of jumped out to me. I thought it might be my favorite bet, but it's got to be Syracuse. It's just got to be, and I'm sorry, Boone. I know that your pop's coach is there, but to me, it's like 4.5 points for Duke, and I did this kind of fun game. I think it was like Duke played Illinois, right? And Illinois got they ran away with it. Maybe this doesn't work. I tried to play the game where like they played other teams and then like seeing how those all line up, but it feels like a spot where Syracuse is coming off that Clemson win. everyone's thinking, oh, this could be a letdown spot for them, and I just don't see it. I haven't really seen Duke run away with anything this year. I feel like the good teams they've played, they've definitely gotten, they've given
They've
up
struggled.
points. Yeah, and
They've
I
struggled.
feel like Syracuse's offense is no slouch. Like they're good for at least 30. So if anything, the over could be in play for this game, but
Yeah.
I just felt like 4.5 was way too big. I feel like this is honestly a pick 'em.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Um, that's why I didn't want to take it as my favorite bet of the week either. I think that the going to Syracuse is tough. Syracuse is a good team, but is it a letdown spot off the dramatic win from Clemson? Who knows? Um, we'll touch on Evans next because we've talked about this game a ton now at this point. And it's LSU money line over
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss at the Grove. I think I agree with him. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this, like we talked touched on, this might just be a stay away game.
Is Nussmeier playing or
I believe so, but he's definitely banged
torso
up.
injury? Yeah, I feel like that's what it really is going to come down to for
Yeah,
me. I do like Nussmeier. I think I've been giving Brian Kelly a lot of shit for a lot of years, but I feel like this team is actually well coached. I feel like they've got a really good system in play as well.
yeah,
And with all the just like head twirl around Lane Kiffin and how he's running his program, I think this could be one where Brian Kelly just kind of. I mean, you saw what he did to Clemson, right? You saw what he did against Dabo. I think this could be
right.
a similar situation if Nussmeier plays.
I
So
feel you.
I like those two from Evan. Still going to be a stay away for me.
Yeah, yeah. I go back and forth on this one. Part of me wanted to take Cal again. I love Cal and their underdogs. I love their quarterback, but they did get blown out last week. They're going all the way across the country to Boston College. I don't know if I can take that. Mississippi State hosting Tennessee
Saw
plus seven
that.
and a half is interesting. Um, but I think I'm going to take a team that burned me last week in a must respond spot. It's got to get back, and that's Illinois at home against Southern Cal plus 6.5. I'll buy it to 7. Um, I think this is a must win spot for them at home after getting their teeth like absolutely kicked in. USC is good, but what do they look like in a true Big Ten road test? I know they've played Michigan State already this year. I just don't know where it was. Illinois got a really good defense. I still think they're going to be well coached coming into that game. They've got to win. They've got to respond. So give me Illinois plus a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's also a classic case where you look at what Indiana did and just kind of look past the fact that Indiana is really good this season.
Yeah,
And like those kind of score lines, it's at a certain point, you're just not coming back. So I feel like this, although they battered them, Illinois to me is not a bad team.
it
Um,
was a bad game. It's a bad
yeah,
game.
so I feel like they could definitely beat USC. Haven't seen hardly any of Southern Cal this year, honestly. So
Me neither.
I'm
Their
excited to
West
watch
Coast
that.
games are tough. They're still tough.
Yeah,
Um, Evan's other favorite bet that we didn't get touch on was Indiana at Iowa. He said Indiana by 7, but that line has since gone up to 8.5. Anyone else you want to talk about, Chuck, before we get into these parlays?
I think I'm good.
I do like Georgia Tech minus 13.5 as well, but not necessarily anything specific. All right, let's make our college football parlay.
College football parlay. Combination.
Yeah, so I've got Evan's pick. He's got Notre Dame by 4.5. Notre Dame minus 4.5 is his parlay contribution for the college football parlay.
I like it, Evan. I like it a lot. Well, can I buy my FSU down to 4.5 then? Is that
Sure.
all right? Yeah, yeah. Buy actually.
But then the only problem with that is people can't tail that because that's games tonight. We won't be out until tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, you had yours.
Okay, I'm taking Jeremiah Smith anytime touchdown. At Washington, it's minus 160. I love that pick. He's going to score. It's going to be awesome. I do think that they're going to dominate that game. And I think he comes right on the touchdown.
I like it. What do we think about throwing Penn State money line on top of those two?
Penn State money line. I like it. That's a high intrigue.
Yeah, I mean, instead of taking the spread, just in case it comes down to a game-winning field goal or something like that, which I think it definitely could. I feel a lot more comfortable with money line adding on to that, and I feel like that'll come out to nice odds.
Chuck, I'm gonna find it. So you're gonna have to riff for a second while I put this back in.
Yeah, it's interesting the different books we have and the different possibilities that you can put together: props, spreads, money lines. You've got offshore books. You've got U.S. books. Some let you cook things together. Some just say no. You've got to keep everything straight. For me, it's Bovada. For me, Bovada is my my old faithful. We got it.
So we do have it. Plus 401.
Love it.
So and I'm gonna profit boost that to plus 602.
Is that like a FanDuel DraftKings thing or something?
FanDuel, yeah. They've got me. They got me right where they want me.
All right, FanDuel. Well, shout out to you. Free shout out.
Well, yeah, you gave Bovada one, so I guess I gotta return it. All right. Let's move on to the NFL. Let's move on to the NFL. God, college football is such a slate. Why don't you kick us off, Chuck, with the Panthers preview, and I'll get Evan.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Evan was here for this one. Finally, we get a good matchup between the two teams. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Spread's wrong. 5.5 to the Pats is just wrong. Spoiler alert: Panthers are my underdog. We're gonna go straight there. Last week was incredible. Everyone's riding a high. Patriots, I feel like they're good, but their mistakes are just like all season long. I feel like they've just been making dumb errors, and I feel like the Panthers could capitalize on that. And this is also a week where we obviously just beat the Falcons. I think the Panthers are solidified as at least right now, until we see more football, a better team than the Falcons. Obviously, we have the Saints in our division who are just gonna nosedive from here. So this is a week where Bucks have the Eagles, Panthers win versus the Pats, turn some heads. All of a sudden, we're a game back, and we might have a little race on our hands. But I mean, I think if we win, it'd be great. But the spread to me is really where like I would focus if you're a neutral. Just feels like too many points, but it's another situation where can Bryce Young just string some good games together? Can he stop being so inconsistent? Can he really just like settle down, and can they find a system where we're also running the ball? And the key to the Panthers this season is going to be not getting down early, because when we get down early, the whole team just goes into panic mode, and we throw the ball 40 times, and Chuba Hubbard just ends up basically sitting out the entire game.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Panthers, I've been high on the Panthers all season. I still buy it. I still think they're really good. Not really good. I still think they're a capable team. I don't think the Patriots are good. It's weird because I think Drake May is playing way better than Bryce, but I think the Panthers are a better team. I don't know. Evan obviously is a Patriots fan. I can't believe he's ducking this game. That's crazy. he said, Pats, get it done at home. Panthers come in too high. Christian Gonzalez shuts down Tet. So, I mean, Evan's obviously going to take the Patriots in this. I kind of side with you on the Panthers. I think the spread is weird. I would personally have this closer to a pick'em. So I do love the Panthers with the points.
Yeah, I mean, I give them at least like 3. I mean, I get it. Like Evan said, I do think the Falcons game was weird. Like we're not going to shut another team out this season.
No, but the Falcons I just don't think are very good either.
Yeah, but then you saw what they did to the Vikings before. I mean, it's just like NFL, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know that I think the Vikings are very good. I think the Vikings have a good defense.
That's fair.
I don't know if I think anybody's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird league, but nevertheless, it's gonna be still a good game, I think, between two teams who are obviously, trying to turn things around. So a
Yeah.
lot of implications, and like Evan said, I think Tet's gonna have a first real challenge against that defense, and yeah, we'll see.
Did I make this up, or is Ted questionable, or did he like not practice or something? Is he good? Is he good to go?
I didn't see anything. I felt like he was
I don't know
okay.
why I thought that or why I saw that.
He's 22 years old.
He'll
If
bounce back.
if he got a little stinger or something, he'll be good. Unless it's a serious injury.
No, I don't think so. And then Legette's also been like a healthy scratch the last couple games, I think, which is not good.
Yeah, and honestly, haven't hasn't played or didn't play versus the Falcons that much. So,
No, he's not.
um, but hey, that's enough about two teams with the letter P. Let's hear about let's hear about the Colts. Big game this week.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'm nervous for this game. I'd go so far to say that if I was not a Colts fan, the Rams might be my favorite bet of the week. I just the Colts are going to LA, which again it's LA. It's not a crazy crowd atmosphere. It's a cool stadium, but the Rams defense is good. This will be the first like the Broncos defense is good, and the Colts pulled that game out, but that was at home. This is going on the road against two really good young pass rushers from Florida State, Jared Verse and the other guy whose name I can never remember, the white guy, um, but just a really good front that they can get after the quarterback. So we also don't have Alec Pierce in this game. He's probably going to be out. So Adnan Mitchell's going to have to step up big for us in that spot. Kenny Moore is also probably going to be out. The Colts signed Mike Hilton this week. He former Broncos quarterback, played under Lou Anarumo Bengals cornerback. Played with our defensive coordinator when he was at Cincinnati. So that'll be good from just like veteran, capable players. But we'll see. Offensively, we still got to keep moving the ball around. Jones has done a really good job of like nobody's getting like overloaded. Michael Pittman's probably gotten the last couple weeks at least the most targets, but then Tyler Warren's obviously getting like 6 or 7 targets a game. But keep moving the ball around, keep getting JT involved, and then stay out of obvious passing downs as much as you can. I mean, I know that's coach speak, and it's just like, what does that even mean? But if you make it known that you're going to pass and need like a long drop back, those two young edge guys are just going to get after our tackles, and it's going to probably be an issue. So we'll see. Puka and Devontae Adams are going to be tough as well.
They're a problem. They are a handful.
Especially if Ward is not feeling like we've already had so many secondary issues, and the Colts defense played awesome, way better than my expectations. But we have just had so many injuries already.
Yeah. I think that's a fair analysis. I think the Rams are going to slaughter the Colts. I hate to say it. They were my team coming in. This is just to me like I think the Colts are going to have a great season. I think they're going to make the playoffs easily. But this is a game where like the Rams coming off that Eagles game that they absolutely should have won. They get to come back home. Devontae Adams and Puka are just going to be very difficult. I feel like to deal with, and this is like a to me this is a critical moment for Colts as well because this could be a good thing. You lose to a good team in the Rams, and it's like a come down moment. It's like okay, let's see what we did wrong. Let's evaluate. We've got our first loss of the season, and then we look to the schedule on Tuesday. You could go on a really great run. I feel like if you now beat the Rams, all of a sudden it's oh shit, we got to start thinking about the Super Bowl. I mean, we're like an actual top 3 NFL team. We're 4-0. We just beat a validated team that everyone knows is going to be a problem this year.
Yeah.
It gets kind of scary. And then you've got, like I said, those games that I think are going to be very easy to you could be sitting at 7-0. It's going to get scary. So this might actually be to your advantage if you kind of lose this game by like 5-6 points.
I agree. I hear you. But I don't agree. I don't want to lose. But I hear your logic.
Yeah.
Let's get on to categories. What's your favorite bet this week, Chuck?
Favorite bet? Yeah. Went back and forth on a lot of these. It's kind of an interesting slate because you've got a lot of really big games that I think are definitely going to be close, come down to the wire,
Yeah.
just like last week, honestly. And then you have some spreads that are sitting at like 6.5, obvious kind of winners that you might parlay together, but I just don't trust them. I think it was like the Chargers play the
Chargers at New
going
York.
into the Giants. Jackson Dart
Jackson Dart's first game, yeah, it's
first
weird.
game, like I just don't really trust the Chargers in that spot. 6.5. I think they'll win, but I think like if you're the Giants, are you gonna play your heart out because you've got your quarterback who can
Mm-hmm.
turn things around? You got the Lions who looked incredible, but you saw what the Browns defense did to the Packers. I think they could just make that a boring one, and 10 points just feels like too much. Same thing with the Bills. A lot of spreads, like I said, that are just really, really tall this week. So for me, it's got to be the Bucks.
The
Three,
Bucks
3.5 at
plus 3.5,
home.
or are they minus 3.5?
They're no, they're underdogs. 3.5.
That's your favorite bet?
That's my favorite bet. I mean,
Wow.
you could call it an underdog bet, but I feel like Baker at home, the way he's been playing, the way the Eagles have been giving up points, I think they should have absolutely lost last week. I won't take away anything the Eagles did last. Jalen Hurts was incredible. We
Yeah.
talked about it on Tuesday, but this is just a spot where like the Eagles go into Tampa and we could see a fourth in a row game-winning drive potentially. So,
From Baker.
yeah.
So I do like this game. I won't lie to you though. The Eagles was one of my favorite bets. It's not the one I'm gonna ultimately take, but I would have loved this spot 2 weeks ago. The Bucks just have lost another two players on their offensive line in the last week. Mike Evans is out 3 to 4 weeks. Chris Godwin is just getting back healthy. I don't think he's played yet this season. He just now has the questionable tag on ESPN Fantasy. If both teams were fully healthy in this spot, I would 100% agree with you. It's just too many the injuries make me nervous.
Yeah. I think the
But
injuries
I also
also are
I don't
affecting
know
the
if the Eagles
line.
are good either. I don't know if the Eagles are good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way, it's going to be a hell of a game, but I think that's what I'm going to have to rock with. What about
No, I
you?
like it. So, my favorite bet is the Packers. They just had that tough game against the Browns, going to Jerry World. A lot of stuff being talked about. Micah Parsons' return. No CD Lamb. I think the Packers smoke the Cowboys. I think that they score. I think it's like 34-7. I might alt line it. I think the Packers will score at will against that defense. And with no CD Lamb, I think that the Packers defense is just going to have an absolute field day.
Oh my God, I forgot CD's out.
CD's out.
Am I allowed to change my favorite bet? Because I think you might have just convinced me.
You can if you want.
Yeah. No, that's an unbelievable spot, and I love that it's at 6.5. Gives me kind of FSU vibes, to be honest. And
Yeah.
and I mean, like, it, God, you're so right because you saw what the Browns did, but if you watch some of the tape of Miles Garrett in that game, they had three guys on him.
He's game wrecking.
He literally took over the game. Like
Yeah.
they had no one downfield because though half the team was trying to block Miles Garrett. I mean,
Yeah.
so and then you saw like what Caleb Williams did just last week. From to me, it's kind of like a Bears anemic offense made. They made them look incredible.
Yeah.
So, and then the Micah Parsons script, he'll be getting up for that.
Dude, he's going to be up for that one.
Yeah, no, I love it.
So, we can move to Evans. Evans' favorite pick was actually probably my number 2 as far as favorite bet goes. It's the game that we got in about an hour here. Seahawks -1.5. So he's still taking he's still going to take the 1.5 instead of just money line. But I love this. The Seahawks I think are just a much better team than the Cardinals. I think that the Cardinals are kind of fraudulent. Maybe the Seahawks, they looked really good. They played the Saints. What does it matter? I had the Seahawks as my 7th seed in the playoffs. I'm going to ride with the Seahawks here. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I love it. I didn't know we were allowed to do that because I'm already on the Seahawks.
Same.
I was
When you
on
said that to me, I laughed.
I was
Yeah.
on the Seahawks on Monday night of this week. I mean, there to me it felt obvious, which kind of scares me to be honest. But
Yeah.
then
Definitely.
they also announced what's his face is the Cardinals running back is out.
James Conner. Yeah.
Yep, James Conner's out, and I feel like he's played a big role this season so far. So Kyler Murray's going to be running for his life. Will he get a couple first downs? Absolutely. Will Marvin Harrison have a
Drop
few
a couple
drops?
balls. Yes.
Probably. And I think the Seahawks is they just look like a well run team as well, like a very balanced team. You don't have
Yeah.
really anyone who's just the dominant guy. I feel like they're just you've got a lot of guys who are they can spread the ball around, and then on the defensive side as well, they've looked super impressive. No one guy just taking over either. Just a very stout defense across the board. So
Yeah.
yeah, and you've seen the line move as well. I think Seahawks started as an underdog, so clearly we're not the only ones.
Yeah. I love this the Seahawks in this spot. I think they're gonna absolutely roll.
Yeah. Um, a few honorable mentions, perhaps, if that's okay.
For favorites, or do you want to run through dogs real quick?
Let's go. Yeah, we can go to dogs.
I'll just go ahead and mention Evans because we're here. He had Bucks, but he also had Raiders if Bucks was taken. So we'll give him Raiders. I don't even know who the Raiders are playing. The Bears. Raiders plus 1.5 against the Bears. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry to our Chicago and Las Vegas fans out there. I got no notes on this game. Got no notes. I don't know that I'll be watching much of this game.
Yeah, this could be an interesting one. I mean, hopefully, Genty can get past 1 yard, uh,
Before he's
before
fucking
getting before getting hit. Yeah. Um, I kind of is that are they even dogs then? This feels
they're
like a
plus
pick 'em.
1.5.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Who's um who's gonna be your dog?
Um, so I had two that I really liked here. Um, we talked about them a little bit. I love the Panthers. They're not gonna be my official pick though. Um, my official pick is the Jaguars money line. I'm taking the full money line on it. I think that they march. San Francisco looked absolutely dog shit last week. I don't think Brock Purdy's quite ready to play yet. Um, George
Yeah.
Kittle's still out. Joey Bosa tore his ACL out for the season. Or Nick Bosa, sorry. Um, I think this team is in disarray. I think they're injured. They got an emotional win last week, and the Jaguars won a big game against the division rival. They're gonna want to keep pace with the Colts, especially if they think the Colts are gonna lose to the Rams. I love Jacksonville in this spot, even though they're on the road. I think Brian Thomas Jr. gets off the schneid. I think that this is a big Jaguar spot.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this game because I don't trust the Jaguars,
Yeah,
but the the Niners at home, maybe they could get back to that running game, make it kind of towards their game script.
right.
I guess they don't have Bosa anymore.
That's what I'm saying, dude. No
Yeah,
Bosa.
so
Mac Jones looked terrible too. Like he looked awful.
yeah, no, I think that one's personally it's gonna be a stay away from me,
Yeah,
but
I
I mean
agree.
Jags as a dog could definitely work.
Um,
Um,
let's get to your dog because I think we've mentioned him a couple times.
yeah, so I honestly kind of wanted to go with this as potentially my favorite bet, and it's probably gonna be a controversial dog perhaps, but I like the Chiefs this week.
Oh, I
Uh,
thought you were on the Panthers as your favorite dog.
Well, they are my dog, but I want to talk kind of realistic here, and and um and a spot that I kind of believe in a little bit more. The Panthers, yes, I do think they are a good dog this week, but
You
I
just don't want to put him on the board when the Chiefs are there.
yeah,
I see.
exactly. And I feel like the Chiefs are they're just getting better and better as the season progresses. Um, the Ravens have just not impressed me. And I keep telling myself every single week, it's the Baltimore Ravens. Look at that defense. Look at Lamar Jackson. Like
The defense
they're
is
gonna win. But
dreadful, dude.
like
It's dreadful.
yeah, and it's in Kansas City. This is like the Chiefs win this, they're back on track. They are right back on track, and I feel like the Ravens just after that heartbreaker. The Ravens to me like they'll make the playoffs, and I think they could honestly like they could still win it all. I really do think they have the
Yeah,
team
I
to put
agree.
the pieces together. But to me, this is just like you've got to go into Kansas City, which is always a hard place to play. You've got the Chiefs who finally have start things kind of dialing a little bit after that Giants win. You know, you've got some success under your belt. I just think they cook some stuff up, and also the Chiefs kind of have the Ravens number. I hate to say it, they just kind of have it.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I love this game for the Chiefs. The other thing that like I know this doesn't matter to the people on the players playing on the field, but I do think narratives do have a place. I don't even know if this is a narrative. This is just a reality. I think
I love a good
this
narrative.
this game is both these teams are 1-2. This game is far, far, far more important, or not more important. This game is matters way more to the Chiefs, given their division,
Yeah,
than the Ravens, who the Steelers don't look great. Browns,
Bengals are
I
dead.
mean, and then the Bengals have no quarterback until December. I The
Totally agree.
Ravens can go 1-3 and still win their division a lot easier than the Chiefs could go 1-3 and win theirs. I just think that does play a part in this. And again, it's at home. I do like the Chiefs here. Although
Yeah.
for my Super Bowl prediction, I do want the Ravens, and I don't like the Chiefs.
I I also want to call out another dog. This is one similar to the Panthers, but I would actually, and hey, we talk a lot on this podcast, all right? We've got a lot of opinions thrown around. It's perfectly fine to change your picks, change your opinion right at the game time, okay? So I
Yeah,
gotta make that disclaimer. But this is a dog that I kind of had my eye on, and even just doing a bit more research between the teams that they play, between like how
yeah,
both are performing. I think this is a great spot for the Titans.
I do too.
Playing the Texans,
I do
the
too.
Texans to me have looked dog shit this year, and Cam Ward, this is like a game where he could really pick on that defense, and it could be a game where we're saying, hey, you know, Cam Ward might be a real guy. I mean, I think he already is the guy in Tennessee, but he could
Yeah,
be a real problem. We also need to talk about the fact that the Tennessee Titans have played the Colts, the Rams, and the Broncos. So
oh, I didn't
they've
realize that.
they've played three of the best defenses in the NFL. They lost to the Rams by like 10 points. They lost to the Broncos barely, right, in that first week. And then yeah, they got, pumped by the Colts, but the Colts are an absolute wagon right now. Just feel
Yeah.
like this is like a spot where both teams are 0-3 and the spread is 7. It's 7 points.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like this spot as well for them. I I have that weird thing in the back of my head that keeps telling me that like the Texans can't go 0-4.
Yeah.
Like in my head, the Titans could go 0-4. The Texans can't go 0-4. Not with the team that they presumably have. But I won't lie. I do like the Texans. I also know that Evan has the Texans as one of his recommendations for the survivor pick, and I don't like that at all.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe wouldn't bet on the Titans, but I don't know about them not
I
calling
could
it an
see them
upset.
just. I don't know that I'm comfortable betting another 0-3 team as far as survivor pick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
totally
Um,
agree.
the other games we didn't talk about that we can mention really quick: Minnesota at Pittsburgh, but in Ireland.
Oh,
Um,
the Minnesota Vikings
yes, correct. It's the Steelers. Um,
in Dublin.
but so Evan's funny enough that I picked this. Evan's other survivor pick recommendation is the Vikings at the Steelers, which the Vikings in Dublin, which I don't like that either.
Yeah, I do I think the Vikings are a better team than the Steelers? Yes. Do I think that they match up well with the Steelers? No. I feel like the Steelers defense it hasn't played well this season, but one thing is for sure, they have gotten turnovers. They have taken the
Yeah,
ball away. And I feel like the Vikings are kind of that they give me that kind of vibe, that whoever's playing quarterback, I think it's still going to be Carson Wentz, right? I mean,
yeah, and that's why it makes me nervous. We won on Carson Wentz last week.
Yeah.
Is he going to do it twice? And I
Yeah.
don't think he can.
And I think it's also another case where like the Vikings defense will not play a better game than they did versus the Bengals last week. So
Yeah.
I just I don't really trust that one either.
Washington, Atlanta, nothing really here. I mean, Atlanta stinks. Washington, hopefully Jaden's playing. Um, Cleveland, Detroit is only interesting to watch the defense versus offense to me. But
That's gonna be
um,
the Browns all season. I feel like.
yeah, but I think unless we can talk the Monday night games. I know we didn't really mention it. New York versus Miami, snoozer, and then Cincinnati
snoozer,
and Denver.
snoozer. But I do feel like this could be a week where the Dolphins perform. They looked good against the Bills. I think they're kind of starting to put things together after like a crazy tumultuous preseason. But to me, the Dolphins are kind of in the same boat that Florida is. It's just like, what game are we going to fire our coach? Is it
Yeah,
this week? Is it next week? Is it 2 weeks from now?
I think it's this game. I think the Jets win this game, and I think it's after that week.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Um,
Bengals, Broncos. I don't even know what to think about that one. To be
this
honest.
is an early season must win for the Broncos.
Yeah,
The Broncos cannot go 1-3 with losses to a leverage penalty and Jake Browning at home.
yeah, and before we move on, do you think the Bengals sign a quarterback because Browning did
So
not look good?
I definitely, this is not an original idea. I heard this on Part of My Take, but I think it's the right idea. Jameis to the Bengals would be awesome.
Oh, it'd be
It would be
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, it's tough to know what I mean, Kirk Cousins could be like a fine little
I was
fit
about to
there.
say, is there anyone else
It's
out
just
there? Colin
they
Kaepernick.
they couldn't afford Kirk's salary with what they already have on the books.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's just too. That was just a dumb
And,
contract.
and football doesn't have loans. Like nobody can loan Kirk Cousins for the
Pay half my
season. You know what I
salary.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe you should come up with that.
Yeah, for real. I mean, when I'm commissioner one day. All right. Do we want to dive into the survivor pick? Do we want to do our NFL nobody asked parlay? Where do you want to go?
I think let's do the parlay
All right.
while we're on spreads and money lines, and then we'll wrap up with Survivor if that's okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, whether we like it or not, Evan's selection for the parlay is Vikings -2.5. So whether we like it or not, we're rooting for the Vikings.
I guess we're rooting for the Vikings.
What do you got for the parlay?
Man, I almost want to steal your Packers bet, but
It's not my pick for the parlay, so you can have it if you want it.
well, I think, and we can't buy it down, can we?
You can do whatever you want. It's our show.
Let's go with. I kind of want to go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right. Chiefs money line or Chiefs minus
Chiefs
2.5?
money line. Chiefs money line.
It's going to be juicy. All right, I'm sticking near the Packers, but I'm not going with Packers. Micah Parsons to have a sack, -103.
-103. Love that.
That's what we're going with.
I might just take that straight.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me build this bad boy real quick.
No, that's so we've got Micah Parsons sack, Chiefs money line, Vikings. I mean, would we be okay with Vikings money line, because I feel like that is like
I'm good with Vikings money line.
just a strange one, right? It could come down to a 2019 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that.
I would hate to lose on a 1 point difference there.
For sure, dude. For sure. All right, I will get this posted. Oh, I'll get the odds posted. It's gonna be too hard to find right now.
No, yeah, we're also pumping out our weekly parlay on the social medias, by the way, guys. So, if you haven't caught it from the podcast yet, you will when we post it.
Yeah. But without further ado, so we're alive in our 2 entries here. So we're 2 for 2, still at this point. I wouldn't hate going for Seattle. I know that's last second.
In the bottom one?
That. Yeah, for
hit
this
it,
one.
Hit it. Don't even think about it. Just hit it. That's perfect.
All right.
And we already used the Packers on the top one.
All right. So we've got Seahawks. We can't use Packers, Seahawks, or Broncos here.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to see if we use the Broncos.
So we can always use Buffalo. I would say the Rams, but I'm not going to root against the Colts for a survivor pick. I like the Jags, like I said. I like Detroit. I like Buffalo.
What about? Have we used the Chargers?
No.
Because, like I said, I do think the Giants
Jackson Dart.
will play well, but I think the Chargers are playing top 3 football right now.
You don't think they lose to Jackson Dart in his debut?
No.
I like that.
I just don't. I think Jackson Dart could have a good game, but yeah, I'm just not thinking that he pulls it off. And I mean, I like those.
Cool. Let's rock with it then.
And then that saves us the Bills, the
Bills,
Ravens, bunch of teams.
Yeah, Chargers. I mean, not Chargers. Lions. All right, I'm good with it. Anything else you got on the NFL? We'll like you said, we'll get the nobody has NFL parlay up before Sunday, obviously, so y'all can tell. Picks we like tonight. Seattle big, obviously.
Yeah, and I do want to make one adjustment to the parlay. I want to go +3 Chiefs instead of money line.
Okay, that's
since they are dogs. I just I like that better.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that cooked up and we'll figure out what that pays out. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot of good ball to be watched here. Chuck, it's been fun. Anything else you got?
I think this might be one of the best slates of the year. So
yeah, dude, for sure. College football, absolutely, and then we get to wind down with a good NFL slate. It's just a great time of year.
Yeah. All right,
man. Well, peace out. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Adios.